Well, good morning, everybody. It is turkey season here at our house, and I just thought that I would share our breakfasts with you guys. It's one of the traditions of turkey season. Oh, I thought I heard somebody coming back. Is to make a breakfast when the hunters come in. Sometimes they come in at 9, sometimes it's 10, and we just make a breakfast. So anyway, today's breakfast is going to be pancakes and bacon, and I have the bacon in the oven. I always set my oven to 350 degrees and for 30 minutes, and I twist up, let's see, I can show you quick, and I twist up the bacon, put it on a foil-lined rimmed pan. Now this is a really thick cut bacon. This is the Kroger hardwood smoked thick cut or something like that, and it's probably going to take a little longer than 30 minutes. It really depends on if you like your bacon crispy or you like it a little bit more floppy. Everyone likes it different, right? And then we're having pancakes. Yeah. So for pancakes, yeah, I know, Joe, I know you don't like pancakes. So for the pancakes, I keep my mix. I just mix up usually a ×4 batch from in my cookbook, which I think it's in cookbook 2, if I'm not mistaken. I mix it up in this Rubbermaid container, and then I just write what I need right on the top here, so that I don't ever have to pull the cookbook out. I can just quick make some up. So I have the mix in here. And now a tip for buttermilk, if you don't keep buttermilk on hand, which I don't typically, and I was going to buy some yesterday and then I just forgot. I was finding all the lunch meat and meat deals at Pick and Save, and I just forgot to get the buttermilk. So anyway, you just put about 2 tablespoons, so it's a tablespoon per cup of lemon juice or vinegar. Vinegar works well too. But if I have lemon juice, I do prefer lemon juice. And then you fill it up to the 2-cup mark. So 2 tablespoons of the lemon juice, fill up to the 2-cup mark. Just let it rest for about 30 seconds. It'll sort of start to kind of, it'll kind of thicken a little bit. And then I add that in, 2 eggs, and then I'm going to do 3 tablespoons of oil. All right, I decided to go with the melted butter. It really does add better flavor than the oil. It's just the oil is quick. All right, there we go, melted butter. And then one thing with pancake batter is you really don't want to overmix it. It's okay if there's some lumps in it. You really just want the butter to be mixed throughout, and you want the eggs to be mixed throughout. And as long as those items are mixed in, it's good. Now, if it's a little thick, which it seems like oftentimes mine always seems a little bit thick, then I add a little water. I don't add more milk. I find that that actually just keeps making it thicker and thicker. Okay, that's a bit thick for me today, so I'm going to add a little water. All right, there's still some lumps, which is great, and it's just the right consistency. Along with our pancakes and bacon, we are also going to have some muffins. Aunt Sandy, if you're watching, thank you so much for sending these up. They're delicious. We're not even 24 hours in, and we're already working on the second little container. We also have homemade maple syrup today. If you happen to be in the Burnham Wood area, call up this place, this company, Rusty Bucket Sap. Pick up some sap from them. It is so yummy, and yeah, that's all I can say. The first time that we actually bought some of this, but it is so good. So since the bacon has some time yet, before I need to get started on the pancakes, I'm actually going to kind of go and pull myself here together a little bit more. Showered, then went into the hot tub, threw my hair up. I kind of need to get ready for the day. All right, I've been made aware that there is a turkey. So let's go get some pictures of that turkey. Hey. Hi. It's some good.
What was that weigh?
It says it's not even 5.
What? No.
That must
20.
be.
It's 20.
But look, there's the 5 right there.
Yeah, but are you reading? Well, that's 21 right here. 22.
We got the 300-pound scale now.
We'll see. Got that green wire. Green wire, that's key.
Not much.
Well, you sure don't want it to slip off though, do you, with a knife?
No.
Is that a Boy Scout dog?
Okay, what do we got?
25, 26, 25.
25.
25 pounds.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a nice one. Nice buttermilk. There you go, nice.
Why do I always mess up?
Because, there you go. For this morning's breakfast, I decided I want to make a breakfast hash. So here's what I have. You know, this is what was in the refrigerator that I wanted to use up from the last couple of meals. So I have some red onion here that's already cut, some bacon from yesterday's breakfast already cooked, and then from the night before, we have some bacon wrapped venison roast in there, and we have 1.5 baked potatoes in there someplace. And I'm going to get all of that chopped up for the hash, but I need some more potatoes. So I have 4 more potatoes in here. So we're going to close that, seal it, and pressure cook for 15 minutes. Actually, 14 is going to be fine. I only have 4 potatoes in here. And then pressure level is going to be high. I'm going to let that go. I have it sealed. I put a little bit of water in there. You always want to add some liquid to the pressure cooker. And I'm just going to let that go. And then I'll bring out my great big electric skillet. I will chop up the potatoes, put a little oil in there, get the potatoes crisping, and then I will add in the meat and the onions, and I'm going to see what I have for peppers. I know I have frozen peppers that I can throw in there. And then I also will put a whole lot of eggs and seasonings. 14 minutes was just right on the potatoes. This is my big potato, and the knife goes through it. The little ones, the knife goes right through. This one, it has a tiny bit of resistance, but 15 or 16 is always perfect no matter how many potatoes I have in. But I thought I'd go 14 today. 14's good, but if you're going to do more than 4 potatoes or they're really big, definitely you're going to want to go 15 or 16 in the Instant Pot. All right, I'm going to get these chopped up here, chop up all the other components here, and get this going because I see that the turkey hunters are back.
Yeah. What do you think of this, Joe? You like this stuff?
No.
You don't like it?
No.
Really?
Unless they were trolling.
It's a damp, dreary morning again, and it is, now that I sprayed my pan, and I might have oversprayed it on my stomach here, it's time to put my apron on. But I wanted to show you, I finally remembered to take my apron in and have it printed on, and so I finally get to look like you guys now. It's another turkey hunting morning. That's pretty typical for turkey season, is these kind of damp, cool mornings at this time of year. Anyway, I got up a little bit earlier here. I wish I would have done this the night before because I do think that it's best to sit overnight, but so what? It's going to be fine. I'm going to put together the seasoned egg bake. All I'm going to need is a half a stick of butter, seasoned croutons, some shredded cheese, 8 eggs, 2 cups of milk, a little bit of mustard, and some bacon. I have the pre-cooked bacon because Warren's cousin brought that for turkey hunting, and I thought that's going to be perfect. And that's actually why I decided to just make it in the morning, because if I was going to use regular bacon, I would have had to fry that up last night, and then I most likely would have put the whole thing together. But when he said he had the pre-cooked bacon, I was like, great, I'll just do it in the morning. And now I need 2 cups of milk and 8 eggs. And instead of covering and refrigerating overnight, I'll just cover and refrigerate it for about an hour or so, and then I'll put it in the oven to bake. Okay, I'm going to have my coffee as I make these. It's going to be quick, and this is just so good. And then in the eggs, I'm going to put a half teaspoon of mustard. Mix that around. All right, let's get this covered and in the refrigerator for probably an hour, and then I'll bring it out and bake it at 350 degrees for 35 minutes. I'll check it. I do like my egg bakes to be quite well done, so it may go for 45. So the next thing I'm going to put together here are some cherry Danishes. Some power. And I can see already that these are a little bigger than I was thinking. Well, maybe I can fit them in here, huh? Alright, I have some melted butter here. I'm just going to brush these with melted butter. Alright, I think I melted a little too much. I did the other half a stick. That seems like plenty to me. And then we're going to sprinkle on just a little bit of sugar. I'm going to make a pretty good indentation in these, pretty much pushing it all the way down to the bottom. goodness, can I make any more dirty dishes? All right, so I'm gonna put in 3 little cherries into each of these little holes here. It might be 3 or 4. This is a nice pie filling. There are a lot of cherries in here. This is Duncan Hines Wilderness. Yeah, this is nice. It definitely doesn't use the whole can. So 8 uses, I would say, almost a half a can, but not quite. Maybe only a third of a can. So if you are gonna make this like for a crowd, you could, I'm sure you could use 3 tubes of biscuits and put it into like a 9x13 or something and just make a great big pan of these. I'm just gonna set these aside for a little bit. I don't wanna bake them yet because I do want them to be somewhat warm-ish when we eat them. So I think I'm just gonna wait it out. But these will bake at 400 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes. I did want to mention that the seasoned egg bake recipe is in volume 2 on page 35. That's the cover of volume 2. And the cherry Danish recipe is not in either of my cookbooks, but I can write that out in the description box below for you all. All right, well, the turkey hunters are back. What happened?
No turkey today.
Yeah.
Oh, that's...
Hen. And you can't shoot those.
At the 45-minute mark, I brought it out of the oven. I tested it for doneness by inserting a knife into the center, and when it came out, you can see that it's clean. And then it had time to rest while I baked up the cherry Danishes. Although while the cherry Danishes were baking, everybody was getting hungry for the eggs, and so we started to serve up the eggs. We had some donuts, we had some toast, and then once we were finished up with the eggs, I made a nice thick glaze out of milk, powdered sugar, and just a tiny little splash of almond extract. And then I just poured it right over the top. I really like to do it this way. And turkey hunting season just would not be complete without these delicious breakfasts. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll pop up a couple more videos. You might like to see a hunting video, or you might like to see a cooking video. Choose the one that you want, and I'll see you over there. Thanks for watching.